Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subject is Principle of Auditing and lecture is on audit planning. We have already discussed International Standards on Auditing 300, which also deal with the audit planning for financial statement. But this lecture is on practical experience of the auditors who are going to audit any company and how they plan and how they conduct their work of audit and give audit opinion finally. So teaching agenda for today lecture is accepts client. Step 1, accepts client and performance initial audit planning. This is the first steps in acceptance the understand second step is understand the client business and industries. Third step is understand assess the client business risk specifically related to that business. Preliminary analytical procedures in order to get initial view of the company's operating analytical procedure and operating procedures. So moving further, accepts client and performance initial audit planning. First step in first activity and the first step is to accept the audit and then perform initial audit planning. First of all, auditor should send engagement letter to the client. Is a final step in the client acceptance. When the auditor sends this letter, it impliedly communicate that the auditor accept the audit engagement. The engagement letter to the client documents and confirms the auditor acceptance of appointment. The objective and scope of the audit. This is also written in the engagement letter. What will be the scope of the audit and the extent of responsibility of the client. All these things are discussed in engagement letter. This engagement letter is dealt or explained in ISA 2010. We have already discussed it. So first step in that phase is to sending audit engagement letter by auditor to the client in order to communicate them that the auditor have acceptance the audit and have been appointed as the auditor of the company. What will be the objective and scope of the audit and what are the responsibility of the management. So these all will be clearly written in audit engagement letter. Second step is in that phase is in the first phase is the auditor should first assess that would he need a help of any expert or not. If he need any expert, the auditor have to arrange such a technical persons in order to help him, in order to assist him in conducting the audit. So identifying whether any expert is required for engagement is one of the major steps in accepting the audit. If the auditor thinks the technical competence of the audit team is sufficient to perform the auditor may use a work of expert to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence. This example for this that why expert is required in insurance. Audit of insurance company need also expert opinions such as actuaries If you are going to audit any pension fund, then again you will need actuarial services of a person. So the auditor have first assisted competency of auditing, and then he would hire any technical person such as actuaries in order to obtain actuarial services in case of insurance company or pension fund. Third activity in first phase is determining the likely user of the financial statement to whom the auditor will report is important part of the initial audit planning, because auditor is liable to take care of the groups like investors, creditors, managers, shareholder, supplier, and public who rely and make decision based on the audit report. But initial responsibility of the auditor is to give his opinion on financial statement to the shareholder. He is under statute or the law to the plaintiff for any negligent performance. But the auditor may be sued by these other party as well. For example, supplier may sue him, bank may sue him, or any public, general public may sue him for his negligence. So he should take care of these things, that who are the user of the financial statement to whom he would give opinion on these financial statement. Second step is understand the client business and industry. The auditor should understand the business of the industry. For example, the client is cement company, the client may be chemical company, textile company, or any services company like airlines, etc. So it is necessary for the auditor to obtain certain knowledge of the client and the industry of the client in which the company is operating. However, what activity should he performs in order to fulfill the above objective? He should tour the client plant and offices. Plant in case of manufacturing concern, in case of services, he should just visit the offices. Is a part of understanding of the client business and industry. Tour to the client plant and offices provide background knowledge on the material handling method, physical layout of the facilities, and general condition of fixed asset. He would physically see these fixed asset, that what are the condition of the fixed asset and inventory, and even he can observe the internal control of the company. During the visit of the auditor is able to meet key people who are handling these or who are responsible for these above mentioned items. Second is to identify related parties, because these related parties had happened in future, that they are the major cause of the fraud. And in Enron cases, the management of the Enron set up many special purpose vehicle or small or outside companies to whom the company was in transactions, but actually these were the subsidiaries of that Enron companies. So it is necessary to identify a related party that may require disclosure is one of the major part of understanding the client business and industry. Auditor identified whether transactions are with independent parties or related parties. This related party transaction should be on arm's length and on the basis of open market competition. No special favor should be given to the related parties. The goods should not be sold below the prices to the related parties. No loan should be extended to the related parties uh, out of the practices that prevailing practices are in the industry. It is auditor responsibility to make sure that there is no transaction of the client with the related party. If there is any transaction, it is on the arm's length basis. On arm's length means unfair basis. Even related party may be a director, related party may be the relative of the chief executive. So all these should be traced out, that any special favors are not being given to this party, because related parties may buying lower prices for the deal. Understanding the business, client business and industry. The third step is the auditor should read company's memorandum and article of association, and relevant clauses should be properly reviewed. Reviewing the company's constitution contribute to an understanding the client business and industries. Constitution contain information about specific items, and that should be compared with the data and accounting record. Any mismatch indicate poor integrity of the management. It means that what are written in the company's constitutions. Company constitution means the basic document. It should be in practice and should be in accounting records. Reviewing, that is again, if the company is in cement industry, it would have separate accounting principle and separate accounting international accounting standard and financial reporting standards would be applied. If the company is an insurance company, then there should be also unique type of accounting standard applied to the insurance company. Even legal framework of insurance company is quite different from that of the cement industry. So the auditor should have a knowledge about the client industry and any uniqueness to it. So reviewing accounting principle unique to the client industry is a part of understanding the client business and industry. Reviewing accounting principle helps selection and application of accounting policy. For example, the terms and conditions of sales made in normal course of business will influence revenue recognition principle. That oil company revenue is recognized when the company just drill out the oil, while in other company, if proper sale have been incurred and the title of ownership is transferred to other person, then the sale are recognized in other company. While in oil production company, simply when the crude is drilled out, it has been recognized as revenue. So there is a difference of accounting principles in revenue recognition and expenditure and depreciation and materiality. All are quite different for the companies. For example, a vehicle for our university is a fixed asset, but again the same vehicle for Toyota is an inventory. So these are the different between the industries that the auditor must have a knowledge about it. This is third step, assess client business risk. It's all about the company internal operations and the company dealing in specific products, product life cycle, company management, its control environment, all are reviewed in this phase of the audit planning. Reviewing management risk, management control and procedures give the auditor an idea of what controlling mechanism for internal and external risk associated with the business are. The auditor attempts to minimize the risk by risk assessment and corporate governance. So business risk of the company may be internal or external. Internal is from internal control or strategic mistakes are from any other ignorance of the by the key employees or senior management. External are from competitor, from product obsolescence, from paradigm shift in the taste of the client. So this is an activity that the auditor should have to perform in order to assess the business risk of the client. Preliminary analytical procedures in planning an audit, that is the final phase in the auditor have to apply analytical procedure. Analytical procedure means that it is not written in document, but it is based on the analysis of the company's key ratios, comparison with the peers, comparison with the industries, comparison with the previous year. Comparing key ratios, liquidity, that the company is able to pay its short-term obligation, activity ratios, that the how much company have take to convert its inventory into final product, how much the company, how long the company take to convert its account receivable and cash, that is profitability, sales minus all cost incurred, and solvency. Solvency means the company is able to pay its interest and principal amount of loan. The company with those of industry competitor, these activities, these ratios should be compared with the competitor. With industry as well as with the competitor or peer firm is one of the major part of analytical procedure. Ratio analysis help the auditor in understanding of business and identifying area of potential risk. Thus, any ratio that doesn't meet with the auditor expectation indicate areas requiring significant audit attention. This is all about today's lecture. Thank you.